It is the dream of every manager to grow and expand their business, perhaps into regional and international trade. But regardless of if you want to go local, regional, or international, you have that desire to scale and make impact and cash flow maximize. So today I want to look at a very important topic, and that topic is I will be introducing to you, I will be showing you 10 systems that can be leveraged to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. I spent many years doing my studies at Cambridge University, at American University, and I also lecture in the field of marketing at the American University of Peace Study. Today, what I will attempt to do is to combine the academic theory and streetwise marketing in my presentation of the 10 systems to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. In the event that you are joining me for the first time, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the self-published best-selling author for several books, including Manager's Toolkits and Billionaire Codes. Today, I will be reading from the book titled 10X Branding and Marketing Blueprint, The Psychology of Doing Business. So again, if you're in business or you intend to get into business or know anyone who's in business, I want to encourage you, first of all, to like, subscribe, and share. Press that notification bell so you will be the first to get this information that we are bringing to you on a regular basis. Also share this content with persons who you believe are interested in business and want to know more about doing business the right way. Now, there's a right and wrong way to scale your business and to position your brand to make impact at different levels of the life of that organization. Today, we will try to get into some of that. One of the things that I want you to hold at your thoughts, and we will talk about this as we go deeper into today's lesson, is that there's a great importance in understanding your market size, a tremendous importance in understanding your market size. I mention this because, again, the research that we are doing is showing that many persons with great products and great ideas, you're in business, but when it comes to understanding your market size, density, and dispersion, you do not have that kind of information. And failing to have this information simply means that you do not have a very clear idea of the potential of your market to cash flow at a national, regional, and international level. So those are some of the issues that we will bring to you as we look at the 10 systems that can be used to 10x and leapfrog your business, your ideas, and your brand. But just before I get into today's program, do permit me to read from my new book titled 10x Branding and Marketing Blueprint, The Psychology of Business. And I begin. Branding and marketing managers must be savvy with the market realities in order to compete and win. They must be market sensitive and market oriented. That means they must invest time, talent, and resources to truly understand the target market and those factors that influence them as end users. So we're saying here, your branding and marketing manager must be savvy. They must be market sensitive and market oriented. To be market sensitive and to be market oriented, it means that you must commit the time, talent, and the resources to truly understand the factors that motivate the end users. This is absolutely necessary. I'm going to read another paragraph. The forward-thinking branding and marketing manager wants to see the whole picture relating to the target market and the market realities. He wants to know all of the psychological impulses that move the target market into action. He builds habits around issues that enable him to understand the logical, visual, and emotional drivers of the specific target market. And he positioned the Forms brand to adopt the specific makeup of the demographic. Now, what this is saying is that as a branding and marketing manager, you want to be forward thinking. In being forward thinking, it will enable you to have a tremendous advantage. You want to be forward thinking to understand those psychological and emotional impulses that are driving the specific market to make certain purchasing decisions. To be forward thinking is important for you to build the right habits around this. So as we go deeper into analyzing this book, and as you are able to get a copy of this book in your hand, we will go deeper into explaining these concepts. It's relevant to every single branding and marketing manager, every single person who wants to scale their business with local, regional, and international relevance. I read another paragraph. Strong branding and marketing managers invest the time to understand the target market lifestyle, culture, and social class, and position themselves to become influencers. This is key. If you don't invest the time to understand the target market needs, wants, and expectations, dreams, hopes, and aspirations, you're hardly likely able to position yourself to become an influencer. But listen to this. The influence on truth and on substance, not on falsehood, the influence on truth and on substance. So if this is the value you're going to get from the products and services that they're going to be offering or representing, they mean it. The influence on truth and on substance. The influence with an understanding of people's needs, wants, and expectations, not to exploit them, but to ensure that they are living up to those expectations, and perhaps they're going one step further, and that's to deliver above and beyond the expectations of the specific target market. The influence with the ability to add value and to fix problems above and beyond the customer expectations. This is the type of branding and marketing manager that you want to be. And at this program, I must say, comes to you with the kind compliments of 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York and Global Capital Inc. And we are committed to that process of bringing you a high level of business content that can really help in the 10Xing and leapfrogging of your business. Remember, stay with us. Today we will be examining 10 systems that you can use to 10X and leapfrog your business, your ideas, and your brand. I continue to read. The influence with the knowledge that they will be able to monetize and cash flow maximize the business process. So this is clear. The branding and marketing manager, among everything else, providing value for money, ensuring that it delivers above and beyond the expectations of the target market. One of the primary objectives of him being in business is to monetize the entire business process. If it is not being monetized, it means that it's a hobby and not necessarily a business. So the monetization process is also important for any branding and marketing manager to look at. And of course, that connects right back to what I said. It's important for you to understand your market size density, and dispersion. It is by seeing this whole picture, not only of your target market, but of the market, that literally allows you to truly understand the potential of that market to cash flow. The branding and marketing manager ability to impact the target market and 10x the business cash flow should not be based on assumption. It should rather be based on market intelligence that is gained through primary market research and credible secondary data. Now, let me explain this, and this is very important. Any decision to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand, it should not be based on pulling an assumption out of thin air that it is possible. Yes, it may be possible, but you want to base those possibilities based on solid market intelligence. And that's what this statement is saying. You should not base the potential of any business, any brand, any idea to 10x or cash flow maximize based on a hunch or an assumption. It should be based on primary market research or credible secondary market intelligence. So this book really gives you a deep dive into very important issues for you to consider as you position yourself to leverage the 10 systems that we're going to give you to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. Solid primary market intelligence and reliable secondary intelligence must come from market research. Research that enables branding and marketing manager to accomplish these 10 systems. 1, identify the market. So you want to spend the time to understand your market. I'm now getting into the 10 systems, and we'll go deeper into it just now. 2nd, identify the market, lifestyle, culture, and social class. And understanding social class here is absolutely necessary. I will give you the justification in a while as to why understanding this is necessary. You cannot sell a Mercedes-Benz or an Infiniti or a Prado to everyone. So understanding social class matters. We go one step further. Step 3, identify the market size, density, and dispersion. I cannot emphasize the importance of doing this enough, and I'm going to give you some practical examples just now. 4th, identify the market competitive realities. What are those realities that influences competition in the market, the competitive realities in the market? You need to know it, all right? Every single branding and marketing manager needs to know this, all right? We go one step forward, the 5th subject, identify the market accommodators and the market enablers. And understanding your market accommodators and market enablers, it's a very broad range of accommodators and enablers that you need to know. What are the political enablers? The political environment, is there an enabling environment? Is there fair play? How about business associations and chambers of commerce? Are they providing the kind of accommodation to help you to achieve the business objective? Are there other private entities as the enablers that can help you along these lines? We look at all of these different things. We go another step further. Identify the market annual cash flow potential. You want to know this. Every single market that you're going to be in, if you're going to be doing business in the right way without the assumption and the hunch, take the guesswork out of doing business. You want to know the potential of your market, the annual potential of that specific market, the cash flow. That can only come through market research. So these are 10 things that you need to do if you're going to 10x, because the reality here, you might say you're going to be 10xing, but the cash flow potential in your field is not really possible to do that. We go one step further. Influence brand design. We'll talk about that. All right. The eighth step that we're going to be looking at here is influence the brand messaging and communication content. Now, if you're weak here, it's going to undermine every effort that you're making to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. All right. 9, manage the brand communication and marketing campaign to realize the business strategic objective. You want to achieve this. You must reach the point where you have a campaign, a serious campaign. Yes, it's going to be cash intensive, capital intensive, but if you want to achieve the 10x in effect, at some point of the life of that business, you've got to make a decision to launch this campaign, to design this campaign. We're going to talk briefly about all that. Last but not least, identify market statistics that enables you to innovate new products and services and stay ahead of the demand curve ecosystem. So I've given you 10 important concepts for you to consider. Now, what I will attempt to do now, because I know that because this might be a high level of information, depending on where you are in business and in business studies, this kind of information can be tough for some. So what I will attempt to do is to bring it a little street smart and to ensure that you're, if you're now getting into business, if you're now learning these business jargons, that you can better relate to the information. Now, let's begin by looking at the very first concept. Today, I said that we're going to be looking at 10 systems that can help you to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. One of the most important things for you to consider here is market research. There are many businesses that are started based on a hunch and an assumption, based on speculative data analysis. And my advice to you, if you want to do business in the right way, if you want to do business in the intelligent and the smart way, it's absolutely necessary for you to either get involved, get some skin into the primary market research or into secondary market research. Secondary market research can come from several different platforms. And I want to encourage you, if this kind of information is new to you, reach out to us at 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, and reach out to us at Global Capital Aid. We'll be happy to walk you through this process. So understanding the importance of market research is key. Now, why is market research so important? Market research, first of all, helps you to identify your target market. It helps you to identify your target market. How important is the identification of your target market? It's important because let's take, for example, there are many companies in the world that may make a specific decision that their products are targeting male, that their products are targeting female, that their products are targeting children, that their products are targeting the elderly, products and services. And in making that decision is not made in isolation of the potential of the specific market ability or potential to cash flow. All right, so it's important to take the time to understand your target market. Now, why this is so important? If you don't understand your target market, it means that you're not taking the time to understand a number of critical issues in relation to your market that can influence the sales process, that can influence the marketing process and put you in a much better position to make a stronger impact on your target market. You want to take the time to understand what are people's dreams and hopes and aspirations after you identify the specific market that you want to target. All right, understanding that specific target market is key. Step two, you want to take the time to understand lifestyle, culture, and social class groups and reference groups. Now, let me try to break this down a little bit. Understanding social class matters. All right. Understanding social class matters. Social class is where we're looking at issues like middle class, upper class, lower class. You look at those various class structures. And I'm saying to you, understanding this really, really matters. Why? Not everyone will be able to, again, invest in your Mercedes-Benz. That's a social class issue. Not everyone will be able to invest in the Infinity. That's a social class issue. So based on understanding your target market, that literally influence and inform you whether you're going to be dealing with a premium brand, a complementary brand, or a supplementary brand. Understanding this is very, very, very important. Now, there may be an argument that there are cases that may prevent you, or there are cases that may not necessitate you understanding lifestyle, culture, and social class. Unless, yes, the argument may have some validity, but that has now to do everything to do with the push and pull of sales and marketing. And I'm just going to be very brief here. Now, if you are building out a sales team, it's important for you to ensure that you as the branding and marketing manager understand these lifestyle and cultural issues, these social class issues, because you have to acclimatize and orient your sales teams to understand the market and to understand a particular way of communicating the messaging content to that specific target market. Failing to do this, you're not going to have the desired impact that you want. So in this case, it is absolutely necessary for you to ensure that you understand these issues as it relates to building out your communication content. And that has a lot to do now with the push to attract clients into your area of business. But then there's the pull to it. One might want to say, if I'm leveraging the pull of sales and marketing, I don't necessarily have to understand all of the technical issues in relation to lifestyle, culture, and social class groups and reference groups. There may be some validity to this, because in this case, what you're doing, you are throwing the hook out into the water, and whichever fish bites, you consider them your target market. That can be a clever way. But I still want to say to you, the way that we work with our clients and the way that we educate and train our clientele base is to yet ensure that you have knowledge of your target market and you understand their lifestyle, you understand their culture, the things that they like doing, the things that motivate them, you understand the psychological and their emotional pulses that motivate them and drives them into taking specific courses of action. You understand the social class issue, because here you understand their ability to spend. You see, if you are the kind of person that is going to run away from the market research, you might say that's for other people, not for you. You're leaving the door open for a lot of disadvantage to happen here. Like, for example, you're the individual who are throwing the hook into the water whoever bites, bites. That becomes your clientele when they bite. Doing that still does not put you in a position of strength to understand your market size, to understand the market density, to understand the market dispersion. So yes, you may be able to leverage it, but in terms of leveraging that in a market intelligent and a market sensitive and oriented manner, you're not going to be in that position to do it. And that again gives justification why we at 10X Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York, Global Capital Inc., we continue to emphasize the importance of having solid market intelligence when you go to the market to do business and you want to scale your business in a manner that's you want to scale it to 10X. You want to ensure that you are sensitive to the market realities when you're attempting to achieve this. So understanding social class issues is absolutely necessary. Now, let's dig in a little deeper into what we're going to call identify the market size. That's the we're going to identify the size, density, and of the market. So it's identifying the market size, density, and dispersion. Why is this so important? Let's begin by looking at the market size. Understanding the market size is literally important because this is what tells you the area of business that you're in, the potential of that business to generate on a monthly basis and on an annual basis. And let's give an example. Let us suppose that you are targeting a specific market, and the research is showing that you have a top 1 million persons in that market. You may have 1 million persons in the market, but it's important for you to understand how they are geographically dispersed within this specific economy. I'm going to come back to that. But you have 1 million persons, and you're able to allocate either products or service to them on a monthly basis to the value of about 25 US dollars. That simply means that on a monthly basis, you're able to cash flow this market approximately $25 million. So what does it say in the market size is 1 million. The market consuming pattern is showing that they invest about 25 US dollars a month in a particular product or service. The cash flow potential of this market is $25 million. Now, 25 million US dollars per month may not be a whole lot of money at the international standard, but when you bring this down to localized standard, this simply means that you're generating over, let us say in the Caribbean, GYD, this represents $100 million. And this is a whole lot of cash flow, all right, at a local level. $100 million on a monthly basis, all right, when you do the exchange. Now, understanding this is literally what informs the business decision process, because you understand the potential of that business to cash flow. And this is critical in terms of the market intelligence. In the absence of having this kind of information, you are really assuming that you can 10x the business cash flow, that you can leapfrog the business potential. Understanding this bit of information is absolutely necessary. So again, I want to emphasize, if you're in business and you find this content of information useful, I want to encourage you to like, subscribe, and share. And so you will be the first to get this information that we will bring into you on a regular basis. So I want to emphasize again, it's important to take the time to understand your market size, your market density, and your market dispersion. So let's look at density and dispersion very briefly. Now, the market size based on research is showing 1 million, but that 1 million may not be condensed in one specific location. They may be geographically dispersed. So, and knowing this is important because it allows you to really enact the 4 P's of branding and marketing, or at least one. It helps you to understand how to position your products and your service to reach the specific target market. So understanding these information is, yes, it's a lot of academic, but it's important. We're gonna, as you come in, we're gonna show you how to take some of those academic and how to align it to street smart marketing to ensure that you're achieving the business strategic objective, impacting the target market, impacting the cash flow potential of the business, and achieving your business strategic objective. So we didn't examine all 10 of those systems, but today is at least to give you some insight into critical steps that you need to take when you're attempting to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand. Very soon, the book 10x Branding and Marketing Blueprint, The Psychology of Doing Business, will be available to you. So I want to encourage you to continue to follow this podcast, continue to share this podcast, so you are in that you're in that position of strength to have this information and leverage this information. I also want to encourage you that in the event that you are into business and you want to know more about branding and marketing, you want to know more how to 10x your business, your ideas, and your brand, I want to encourage you to reach out to us at 10x Branding and Marketing LLC out of New York and Global Capital Inc. We have a team of well-rounded persons to work with you through this entire process, to hold your hand in the mentorship, the coaching, and the support strategies to ensure that you are achieving success. The beauty of working with us is that you're not only working with persons who understand branding and marketing, management consultancy, but we know that in doing business, you need to have access to capital. We will also be talking to you about debt capital, equity capital, credit capital, and smart capital, because we know that all of these platforms are useful, absolutely relevant to help you to achieve your business strategic objective. Again, my name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature, and I'm the self-published best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. Be blessed. See you in another broadcast.